So thank you everybody for coming out to my home gym tonight to listen to my speech. So we've all thought about it. We're watching the Olympics and we see a 170-pound athlete clean and jerk a 379-pound barbell with weights. And we think, why is that bar bending so much? And why is that bar not breaking? Well, the reason is years and years of technology and years of trial and error. So according to bestbarbells.com, barbells were only invented in the mid to late 19th century. This means that as far as strength equipment goes, they are much younger than dumbbells, kettlebells, and sandbags. The original barbells were basically hollow globes that were filled with lead shot or sand. These are very similar to the barbells you'll see in cartoons being thrown around by mustachioed men wearing silly leotards. In 1865, an American physician named George Barker Winship created a new barbell. He referred to that as the practical graduating barbell. It was very similar to the plates that we see today. It was a 8-pound barbell made of cast iron. It had the ability to hold up to 22 plates, and those plates ranged from a half a pound to 10 pounds. Winship died suddenly 11 years after making this invention. Ironically, many Americans blamed his death by stroke at age 42 on his heavy lifting. In the years after Winship's death, professional strongmen would find metal workers who were willing to create barbells for their shows. It was very difficult for the average Joe to have access to weightlifting equipment. But in 1902, Alan Calvert of Philadelphia sought to solve that problem by finding the Milo Barbell Company. The first barbells that Calvert's company sold were shot-loaded barbells with canister-shaped bells at each end. To change the weight, what you'd have to do is unscrew a wing nut and then add or remove these shots. This was obviously very time-consuming. Plate-loading barbells, more similar to the ones that we see today, can be traced back as far back as the 1890s. According to the article titled Milo to Milo, A History of Barbells, Dumbbells, and Indian Clubs by Jan Todd, Theodor Siebert of Germany marketed as Universal Disc Loading Bar in 1901. Franz Veltum of Germany created the Veltum Barbell in 1905. In 1910, Veltum's revolving barbell began being manufactured by the Caspar Berg Company. This model was later referred to as the Berg Barbell. In 1928, Caspar Berg introduced his first modern Olympic barbell, and it was actually used in that year's 1928 Olympics. York, a company that's still around today making equipment, introduced their barbell in the 1930s. So more companies have since joined the barbell game, and new technology continues to be developed. So finally, I just wanted to share with you what barbell I use. Okay, so I use the Rogue Echo barbell. I purchased it online directly from roguefitness.com. This particular bar is 7 feet long. It weighs 45 pounds. It's 28.5 millimeters in diameter. The sleeve, these are referred to as sleeves, is 16.25 inches long. Now what the sleeve is actually a piece of steel that's slid over the bar itself, and then they use a bushing between the bar and the sleeve to allow the sleeve to actually spin. And what that does is that helps reduce friction when you lift. It lets the weight spin on you. The shaft and the sleeve are both coated with a bright zinc, and that helps resist rust and oxidation. This particular bar has a standard knurl, and if you've ever lifted weights with a barbell, you know that there's kind of a diamond cut etched into the bar, and what that does is that helps with grip. This particular bar has no center knurl, and the reason being is if you do lifts like squats, you're not having that knurl touch like the back of your neck and rip up your skin. And also it has Olympic knurls here, these little marks, and what these are used for, it's actually for hand positioning in specific lifts, so you know kind of where to put your hands, okay? So in conclusion, the next time you're watching the Olympics or you're watching the CrossFit Games and you're seeing athletes pick up enormous amounts of weight or slamming the bar, dropping the bar, you know the reason that it doesn't break is is just years and years of technological advancement and years of trial and error.